Quick trucks will be next on the track. Quick trucks will be next on the track. These are qualifying runs. Qualifying runs for quick truck. Truck number 176, 6.3 seconds. Truck number 77, 6.7 seconds. Qualifying runs for quick truck. .2 seconds for truck 529. Again, this is a quick truck qualifying run. .9 seconds for Andrew Cahart in truck number 6250. 6.935 seconds. Up next will be 6.7 index. Up next, qualifying runs for 6.7 index. Cleaning and maintaining a DPF properly the first time will keep you from extremely costly and unwanted breakdowns. Now, more than ever, if you properly maintain the DPF system, you can easily avoid catastrophic failures ranging from $10,000 to $30,000. No, we're not making this up. Don't be this person. At DPF Alternatives, our equipment, process, and proprietary SL100 solution will restore the DPF to OEM specs. Our warranty is unparalleled and the best in the industry. We'll save you from having very bad DPF days. Learn more about DPF registration at dpfrestoration.com. This is 6.7 index qualifying runs. 6.7 index qualifying runs at the East Coast Truck Nationals. It's great to see new trucks and trucks we're familiar with here for the 15th East Coast Truck Nationals. Big Time Customs is here a lot. Okay, a lot of questions being asked about registration and tech for the sled poles. Registration is where it always is, right by the tower. Diesel Motorsports tent, that's registration for the poles. Tech will be on the opposite side where the poles are going to happen. That's where the tech is. Registration is by the entrance in the Diesel Motorsports tent. Tech will be across the track where the poles will take place. And if you haven't teched for drags, you have 10 minutes to do that. If you haven't teched for the drags, we're going to call that in 10 minutes. Top of the pits is where that is. Again, these are qualifying runs for 6.7 index. Qualifying runs for 6.7 index. Chris Harnish, the left lane, 6.859. Eric Snow in the right lane, 6.953. Qualifying runs for 6.7 index. Next up to qualify, 7.7 index. Next up to qualify, 7.7. Philip Becker in the left, David Hurst in the right. 7.7 index qualifying runs. Becker with a time of 7.574. David Hurst with a time of 7.794. Joey Lamont in the left lane. Logan Kerman in the right lane. Qualifying runs 7.7 index. 7.1 seconds for Lamont. 8.3 seconds. 82 miles per hour for Logan Kerman. Last of the qualifying runs for 7.7. It's Peter with a time of 7.645 seconds. 7.645 seconds. 91 miles an hour. Okay, for the next round, ET bracket gas lanes 1 and 2, ET bracket gas lanes 1 and 2, ET bracket diesel, hold off for now, okay? Don't come up to the staging area. Right now it's just ET bracket gas lanes 1 and 2. Still a few minutes left. If you would like to go through registration for the drags, they're going to close that in just a few minutes. If you haven't gone through that, get to it. When the trucks cool off for Run What You Brung, you'll again be in lane 3. Lane 3 for Run What You Brung. Lane 4 will be Quick Truck. Lane 5 will be 6.7 index. And lane 6 will be 7.7 index. But right now we want ET bracket gas lanes 1 and 2. ET bracket diesel, hold back for the moment. We'll call you up soon. Glad to see a lot of folks here for the East Coast Truck Nationals, our 15th year here at Numidia Dragway. Again, stay hydrated, find some shade from time to time. We want to make sure you enjoy the day. We also want to make sure that you stay safe. So plenty of fluids, find some shade, enjoy the day. Again, if you want to register for the polls, registration is where it always is, behind the tower to the right side as you come in the main entrance here for the polls for the East Coast Truck Nationals. Tech will be where the polls happen on the far side of the track. That's where Tech will be for the polls. Registration by the tower, Tech across the way where the polls take place for the polls today at East Coast Truck Nationals. ET bracket gas lanes 1 and 2. ET bracket gas lanes 1 and 2. ET bracket diesel, hold back for the time being. When your truck's cooled off, Run What You Brung can come up to lanes 3. Run What You Brung, lane 3. Quick Truck in lane 4. 6.7 index, lane 5. And 7.7 index, lane 6. Show and Shine will be wrapping up around 2 o'clock here. Prizes will be awarded at that time for Show and Shine. That will be closed down at 2 o'clock. The dyno keeps running. 3 pulls, $100. On the dyno, 3 pulls, $100. ARP, the official head studs and bolts for the East Coast Truck Nationals. Strongest in the industry, made for performance. Used by all performance competitors, diesel or gas. Don't be fooled by import replica junk. There's only one, ARP. The official head studs and bolts of the East Coast Truck Nationals. Of course, the concession stands are open here at Numidia Dragway. The full menu is available behind the grandstand here at Numidia Dragway. The burgers, the cheesesteaks, the quesadillas, it's all right there. Now, the souvenir stand is open as well for T-shirts, for hats, any kind of the swag that you want. Also, that's where they have the Italian ice. It's a souvenir stand. On the far side of the track where the pulls, that side over there, that's where they have the concession stand, the pulled chicken sandwiches, the sausage and the peppers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, watermelon cups, and drinks are available, of course, at both concession stands. Stay hydrated today. It's a great day, but it's a warm day, in case you hadn't noticed. PPE, Pacific Performance Engineering, the official performance engine oil pans and trans pans, plus official heads for the East Coast Truck Nationals. Designed for diesels by diesel engineers. Check out their new line of official performance engine oil pans and trans pans for your HD pickup. This new line was designed for the high horsepower and torque produced for our overpowered HD trucks. Learn more about PPE, Pacific Performance Engineering, online at pacificp.com. Again, registration for the polls. Registration for the polls is set up behind the tower at the Diesel Motorsports tent. To the right as you come in the main entrance here for Numidia Dragway. That's where registration is. Tech for the polls is over where the polls take place. That's where tech is for the people who want to poll today at the East Coast Truck Nationals. We'll get them underway shortly. This is the final call for the ET bracket gas. Final call, lanes 1 and 2 for ET bracket gas. Final call for ET bracket gas, lanes 1 and 2. Run what you brung, lane 3. Run what you brung. Come on up, lane 3. Quick truck, lane 4. Quick truck in lane 4. 6.7 index, lane 5, and 7.7 index will be in lane 6. ET bracket diesel, still hold back a little bit. We'll call you up shortly. Last call for ET bracket gas. Last call for ET bracket gas, lanes 1 and 2. Don't forget to stop by the Diesel Motorsports tent. Get all the information on the sponsors' products that are here today, making the East Coast Truck Nationals a possibility here at Numidia Dragway. Plus, free stuff. Hello, free stuff. That's right. Free decals, all kinds of different swag and information on the sponsors who support our sports. You can get all the information, of course, at dieselmotorsports.us. dieselmotorsports.us. ET bracket diesel, come on up for your second run. ET bracket diesel, lanes 1 and 2. ET bracket diesel, lanes 1 and 2 for your second runs. Also, the dyno is not busy right now. Okay, so if you want to do that, 3 pulls, $100. 3 pulls, $100. There's prizes awarded for Ford, Chevy, and Dodge. Dyno is open. 3 pulls, $100. Okay, next up we're going to get the ET bracket gas. ET bracket gas on the track for another qualifying run. ET bracket gas for another qualifying run. That'll be next on the track for the drags here at the East Coast Truck Nationals. qualifying run. This will be another qualifying run for the
We'll probably start a little early.
ET Bracket Gas. ET Bracket Gas. ET Diesel. ET Bracket Diesel, lanes 1 and 2. Just a final call for ET Bracket Diesel, lanes 1 and 2. Also, run what you brung. Come on up to lane 3, lane 4 for Quick Truck. Lane 5 is a 6.7 index, 7.7 index, lane 6. Again, final call for ET Bracket Diesel, lanes 1 and 2. .355 seconds, 127.26 miles an hour for truck number 53. That wraps up the second qualifying run for the ET Bracket Gas. ET Bracket Diesel will be next. Lanes 1 and 2, ET Bracket Diesel will be next. Run what you brung, lane 3, Quick Truck lane 4, 6.7 index, lane 5, 7.7 index, lane 6. Come on up to the staging area. Jake Spinoza out of Montgomery, Pennsylvania, in the white truck in the right lane. 14.187 seconds for Jake for truck number 04. 12.898 seconds. Again, this is ET Bracket Diesel, second round of qualifying. Jake Bachman in the left lane, Cleason Weaver from Mount Pleasant Mills in the right lane. .198 seconds. 12.198 seconds for Cleason Weaver from Mount Pleasant Mills. Jake Bachman from Quarryville, Pennsylvania. 16.056 seconds. Robert August out of Mill Hall. Going solo in the left lane. .402 seconds, 112 miles per hour. Second round of qualifying for Quick Truck will be next. Second round of qualifying for Quick Truck next on the track. Registration for the poles is done behind the tower in the Diesel Motorsports tent. Registration for the poles in the Diesel Motorsports tent. Tech for the poles across the track where the poles will take place. That's where tech will be for the poles. Our newest partner is AmSoil, the official oil for the East Coast Truck Nationals. AmSoil manufactures specialized lubricants engineered for what you drive and how you drive. From lubricants and fuel additives to filtration products, AmSoil makes a complete line of high-performance products designed to protect diesels, power sports equipment, and everything else in your garage. Welcome aboard AmSoil, the official oil for the East Coast Truck Nationals.
All right, attention in the pit area. Racers, for the drag racing side of things. This is a final call for Run What You Brung in Lane 3, Quick Truck, Lane 4. Our index classes 670 and 770 in Lanes 5 and 6. If you want to make this second time run, we will have 3 time shots. These are all qualifying runs. If you want to skip the second and just make the third, that's fine. But if you're trying to make that second run, this is a final call for those classes. Run What You Brung, Quick Truck, 670 and 770 index. Final call.
Alliant Power is here with the hot work stock class and ET bracket class. Alliant Power is an all-makes diesel engine parts business for class 2 through 5 vehicles. Primary engines for these parts include Ford Powerstroke diesel, GM Duramax, and Dodge Ram Cummins. For all your diesel engine parts, AlliantPower.com. When we get the heads up, Quick Track, second round of qualifying will be next. Quick Truck, qualifying will be next when we get the heads up that we're all ready to go. We're getting closer and closer to the start of the polls as well. If you are here and you haven't registered for the polls, registration behind the tower in the Diesel Motorsports tent. Tech will be across the track where the polls will take place. That's where Tech is for the polls today at the East Coast Truck Nationals. Great to see a lot of folks here enjoying the day at Numidia Dragway for the East Coast Truck Nationals. Again, I want to mention, obviously, lots of heat, lots of humidity, lots of sunshine, lots of fluids is what you want to keep in mind. Lots of fluids. Get some shade from time to time. Stay hydrated today. And sunscreen is your friend. Callies is the official rod and crankshaft of Diesel Motorsports. They've been a leader in performance for over 50 years. They've been building diesel rods for over 12 years, so quality is essential in all their products. They've grown up with our industry and now have a more HD, heavier made rod along with billet crankshaft. Callies.com, C-A-L-L-I-E-S, Callies.com, the official rod and crankshaft of Diesel Motorsports. Second qualifying run's now getting started on the track here for Quick Truck. This is Quick Truck, second round of qualifying for Quick Truck. Well, that didn't go like he had hoped. Truck number 77 making the second qualifying run right now. This is Quick Truck.
Come back.
Wiles Truck Pulling Class. Please come up to the weight scales. Wiles Truck Pulling Class. Come up to the weight scales. Wiles Truck Pulling Class. The second qualifying runs for the 770 index. Second qualifying runs for the 770s. Joey Lamond in the left, David Hurst in the right. .168 seconds for Le Mans, 7.881 seconds. Second qualifying run for the 770s for David Hurst. We're getting ready for the first round of pulls. It'll be Wild Street. Wild Street to the staging area. Wild Street pulls to the staging area. There will be one more round of qualifying for all the trucks. The ET bracket gas, ET bracket diesel, run what you brung, quick truck, 670 index and 770 index. One more round of qualifying coming up shortly as far as the drags are concerned. On the pull side, Wild Street will be first up. To the staging area, please. Wild Street to the staging area. Again, Wild Street. Get ready. Wild Street to the staging area. Wild Street class in the pulls. Come on down to the staging area. You're up first. In the drags, if you would like to, in the classes, there's one more qualifying run available. ET bracket gas, lanes 1 and 2. ET bracket gas, lanes 1 and 2. ET bracket diesel, hold off for the time being. We'll let you know when to come up. Also, run what you brung, lane 3. Quick truck, lane 4. 670 index, lane 5. 770 index, lane 6. Last round of qualifying. If you want to, it's available to you. ET bracket gas, lanes 1 and 2. Clevite is the official engine bearing for the East Coast Truck Nationals and Diesel Motorsports. Clevite, the official engine bearing, engineered by the best for high performance. The best quality for a reasonable cost. These bearings last forever. Clevite, the official engine bearing of Diesel Motorsports. Of course, the concession stands are open. On the tower side of the track, the concession stand has the burgers, the cheesesteaks, the fries, the quesadillas, the grilled chicken sandwich, chicken tenders, and a fry basket. Pretty much whatever you want, they've got it there, along with the drinks. Stay hydrated today for sure. The souvenir stand is on the same side as the concession stand of the track. That's where you can get all the T-shirts, all the swag for Numidia Dragway, and that's where they have the world-famous Italian ice. On the pole side, they do have a concession stand there as well. That's behind the bleachers. You can get the pulled chicken sandwich, the sausage and peppers, the hot dogs, mac and cheese, watermelon cups, and, of course, drinks are available on both sides of the track today for the East Coast Truck Nationals. If you would like a third qualifying run for the drags, regardless of what class you are in, come on down. Just come on into the same lanes you were. ET gas, ET bracket gas, ET bracket diesel, lanes 1 and 2. Run what you brung, lane 3. Quick truck, lanes 4. Lane 4 for quick truck. Lane 5 for the 670s and lane 6 for the 770s. If you want a third qualifying run, come on into the staging area. Come on into the lanes now. right, this is last call for the third round of qualifying. If you want to make a third qualifying run in any of the classes, now is the time to come up into the lanes. ET bracket gas, ET bracket diesel, lanes 1 and 2. Run what you brung, lane 3. Quick truck, lane 4. 670 index, lane 5, and lane 6 for the 770 index. Last call for the third round of qualifying if you want to. The drags right now, this is the last round of qualifying for the drivers who took that option for third round of qualifying. Before the rounds begin, what you're seeing right now is third round of qualifying for all the classes: ET bracket gas, ET bracket diesel, run what you brung, quick truck, 670 and 770 index.
I'll take a minute to get on the mic just to let everybody know. I was just by the Souvenir stand, and them fresh Italian ices are going out of there like crazy. Hot day like today, go over there and get yourself a fresh Italian ice. If you feel a little chilly, they got sweatshirts on sale. But right now, the Italian ices are flying out of there. And that peanut butter one, delicious.
.92 seconds, 104 miles an hour for Dante Delaney out of Elkton, Maryland. This will be the last of the qualifying runs for the 670. Last of the third round qualifying for the 670s. As we get closer and closer for the first round of polls, it'll go in this order. Wild Street will be first. Wild Street will be first, then 2-6, and then Hot Work Stock. That'll be the first three divisions for the polls today here at the East Coast Truck Nationals.
AC, is registration still open for sled? Guys, the sled.
This is the last qualifying runs for 770. Last qualifying runs for 770. On the track now, this will be the last of the qualifying runs for the third round. Last of the qualifying runs for the third round, so drivers, get your trucks cooled off and get ready for round one of competition for the drags. We will let you know when to come up to the staging area. RacingJunk.com is the official classifieds for Diesel Motorsports and the East Coast Truck Nationals. Since its founding in 1999, Racing Junk has been the place for performance enthusiasts to find new and used vehicles and parts, from race cars to hot rods, engine, power sports, and off-road vehicles, trailers too, and more. RacingJunk.com, the official classifieds for Diesel Motorsports. Now would be a great time to take a little bit of a break, get something to eat, stay hydrated. The concession stand, of course, is open both sides of the track. And don't forget that great Italian ice in the souvenir stand here. And that's where you can get all the swag, all the stuff, the hats, everything else here for Numidia Dragway. The full menu is available under the concession at the concession stand On the tower side of the track, the burgers, the cheesesteaks, the fries, the quesadillas, the grilled chicken sandwich, the chicken tenders in the fry basket. Oh, they've got it all. Plus, the souvenir stand has the Italian ice, too. That's on the same side of the track as the main concession stand. On the pull side of the track, that's behind the bleachers. They have the pulled chicken sandwiches, sausage and peppers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, watermelon cups, and drinks, of course. So important today on a day like today. It's a beautiful day, but it's a hot and humid day. Stay hydrated. Get all the things you need at the concession stands here at Numidia Dragway. E-Part Trade is the official electronic performance and racing trade site for Diesel Motorsports and the East Coast Truck Nationals. It's the largest global racing community of suppliers, buyers, and race teams. Puts 14,000 racing organizations at your fingertips. E-Part Trade, electronic performance and racing trade, is trade only. You can learn more online at eparttrade.com. The official electronic performance and racing trade site for the Diesel Motorsports. While we have a slight break in the action here, make sure as you're walking around the grounds here at the Numidia Dragway for the East Coast Truck Nationals, make sure you stop by and talk to the vendors and tell them how grateful you are that they are here to make this afternoon possible. 15 years the East Coast Nationals have been held right here at Numidia Dragway, so make sure you thank the sponsors, talk to them. Chances are they probably have something that you need that can point you in the right direction. Talk to our sponsors, talk to the vendors here. They'd love to talk to you here at the East Coast Truck Nationals and thank them for their participation for 15 years. ET Bracket Gas, round one, you are up. ET Bracket Gas, round one. We're getting ready in the staging area. Lanes 1 and 2 for ET Bracket Gas. Lanes 1 and 2 for ET Bracket Gas for round one. Also, for round one, Run What You Brung, come on up, lane 3. Run What You Brung, lane 3. Quick Truck, lane 4. Quick truck, lane 4 for round number 1. Also 670 index, lane 5. 670 index, lane 5. 770 index, lane 6. ET bracket diesel, hold back. We'll call you up when you're ready. But ET bracket gas, right now you'll be up first in round 1 at the East Coast Truck Nationals. On the truck right now, he just showed up. He's going to run a time shot. Just going to run one for time. Molly Original is the official gasket of Diesel Motorsports in the East Coast Truck Nationals. Made in Detroit, designed by automotive experts just for diesels. Strong, durable gaskets that will not leak or blow under harsh conditions. You want the best? Buy Molly Original, the official gasket of Diesel Motorsports.
All right, looks like we're missing one gas truck for ET bracket for round one. This is a final call for ET bracket. Missing one. We need the rest of the classes. Run what you brung. Lane 3 for round one. Quick truck, lane 4. 670, lane 5. 770, lane 6. Looks like we got our gas truck. We're going to make the first call for ET bracket diesel. Make sure you have your dial-ins written on the car, nice and bold so we can see them up here in the tower. This is round one of eliminations. We'll take ET bracket diesel, lanes 1 and 2.
Looks like we're ready for our first poll. Tom Hassler's distance in the Wild Street, 312.55 312.55. Up next will be Ross Harder out of Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. Consider this the last call for the first round of eliminations for all classes on the drags. Last call for all classes on the drags. Last call for all the classes on the drags. We're going to get started here in just a moment or two.
Can we get this International 1066 that's parked in front of the sled moved?
Once again, last call for all divisions in the drags. Last call for all divisions in the drags. We'll get started with the first round of eliminations very shortly. The pole for Ross Harder from Jersey Shore, 301.22 feet. 301.22 feet for Ross Harder out of Jersey Shore in the Wild Street category. And before we move on with anything else, if you would please rise as you're able, gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you very much.
Picture this, losing every single day.
ET Bracket Gas will be the first on the track for the first round of eliminations at the East Coast Truck Nationals. We are in Wild Street. As far as the poles are concerned, we'll have our third puller getting hitched up to the sled right now. And that is Mitchell Palashi from Lock Haven. Mitchell Palashi in his 06 Dodge 2500. Mitchell is next in the polls for Hot Street. First round of elimination, the win goes to L145 in the right lane. Final call for ET Bracket Diesel. Come to the staging area, lanes 1 and 2. Final call for ET Bracket Diesel, lanes 1 and 2. Mitchell's distance, 286.35, 286.35 feet for Mitchell Palashi in his 06 Dodge 2500. Up next, Lula Henford from Loganton. Lula Henford from Loganton is next in the Hot Street category.
Final call for round 1 of Run What You Brung.
Final call for round 1 of Run What You Brung. Lane 3. Final call, Run What You Brung, lane 3. For the first round of eliminations. On the pull side, there's an international tractor that's parked right by the scales. It's in the way. Can we get that moved immediately, please?
Can we get a
There's a tractor by the scales that needs to be moved right away. This pair, Jake Bachman and Cleason Weaver. Jake Bachman gets the win, 16.112 seconds. Robert August in the left, Larry Hoover in the right. Robert from Mill Hall, Lamar Hoover from Marvon, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, just set him down, Dragway.
I think we probably can call the winner right now. This is first round of eliminations for ET Bracket Diesel. ET Bracket Diesel. Lula Henford out of Loganton, Pennsylvania. 301.17 feet. 301.17 feet. Up next will be Nick Harder from Avis. Fourteen point two four two for Jake Spinoza out of Montgomery. 14.242. Autometer Gauges is the official, the official gauge of Diesel Motorsports. Made in the USA, the longest running competition gauges in the country. Now available via Bluetooth with Dash Link to your smartphone. Visit autometer.com for the latest new gauges and electronics. Autometer Gauges, the official gauge of Diesel Motorsports. Quick Trucks for round one will be next out on the track. Quick Trucks round one of eliminations will be next out. Truck number 176 in the right lane wins that round of elimination. In Wild Street, the pole for Lula Henford from Nick Harder from Avis. His pole, 292.58 feet. 292.58 for Nick Harder. Todd Young from Benton is up next. Looks like had a truck blow up, put a lot of fluid on the track. Gonna take the time to make sure the track is safe and clean, then we'll get back to it as far as the drags are concerned.
Did you have it on a 2-6 sheet? Are you looking for a specific?
pull for Todd Young out of Benton, 311.08. 311.08 feet for Todd Young out of Benton. Up next will be Benny Stone from Factoryville, PA. Benny Stone from Factoryville next in the Wild Street category. And, of course, while they do some track maintenance here, since one of the trucks just blowed up.
Good right now.
Spall Fans is the official fan of Diesel Motorsports and the East Coast Truck Nationals. Brushless fans with a variable speed motor provides high CFM for cooling any application. Spall Fans are now available for diesel trucks from any of your suppliers. Come by the Diesel Motorsports booth here at the East Coast Truck Nationals to see the power of the new Spall brushless fans. Immediately PU 100 HP by installing the fans. Spall Fans, the official fan of Diesel Motorsports. Getting things cleaned up at the end of the track in the right lane here as soon as we get that taken care of. And the gang here at Numidia Dragway does a great job, and they do it as quickly as possible, but they do it to make sure that everyone is safe for the next run down the track. We have another truck about ready to pull in the Wild Street category. The distance for Benny Stone out of Factoryville, 307.82 feet, 307.82. One left in the Wild Street. That'll be Nate Murdoch from Bloomsburg. Nate Murdoch from Bloomsburg. The distance to beat was the first pull, Tom Hassler, 312.55 feet, 312.55. That is the distance to beat in Wild Street. Grab something to eat, get something to drink, maybe some Italian ice. Of course, there's concession stands on both sides of the track here. The souvenir stand where the Italian ice is on the tower side of the track here at Numidia Dragway. If you haven't had the Italian ice, you owe it to yourself. It is so good. Diesel Motorsports, the organization putting on the show here for the 15th year at Numidia Dragway. Make sure you stop by the Diesel Motorsports tent, view all the sponsors' products, and there's free stuff. Yes, free. Free is good. Decals, swag, all kinds of information from our sponsors who make this event possible. Stop by the Diesel Motorsports tent for more information. You can also go online to check out sponsor information and all the other events that Diesel Motorsports puts on by going to dieselmotorsports.us.
How are you, Cubby?
The pole for Nate Murdoch, the final pole in Wild Street out of Bloomsburg, 295.74 feet. Tom Hassler out of Bethel, Pennsylvania, is the winner in this category. His pole, 312.55 feet. Congratulations to Tom. Up next will be 2.6, and the guy pulling first in that category.
Fill them down here.
We need the 2-6 trucks in the staging area. 2-6 trucks in the staging area. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entries. We need all 5 trucks down there immediately. Tom Hassler will be first out of Bethel, Pennsylvania. Then Andrew Kikak, Jesse Young, Derek Smith, and David D. out of Glasgow, New York, because we can't read his handwriting. Two 6 trucks. You're up next. Haul it. We're getting closer to having action back for the drags, of course. First round of eliminations was halted because of fluid dropped on the track when a truck blowed up. Never want that to happen, of course, for a lot of different reasons. We got to make sure the track is ready and safe for the rest of the runs. 2-6 is the next category for the poles. 2-6. If you don't have your truck ready to roll, get your truck ready to roll down to staging right now. Thermotech turbo covers and heat sound barrier systems here at the East Coast Truck Nationals. Made in the USA and Ohio, Thermotech is the oldest and original exhaust wrap, and now they introduce a turbo heat wrap for your trucks. More horsepower, more miles per gallon because of using this wrap. Plus, it's protection for your turbo, too. If you also have a noisy truck, then check out their heat sound barrier materials that you can install yourself. Cuts noise out from the outside. Thermotech.com is where you want to go for more information. We're getting hooked up for the first of the polls for the 2-6 category. Tom Hassler from Bethel, PA, in his 2016 Ford. The poll for Tom Hassler out of Bethel, 323.02, 323.02 feet for Tom Hassler. The first poll in the 2-6 division. Andrew Kickack from Blossvale, New York, will be up next in his 2008 F350. Andrew Kickack from Blossvale, New York. Okay, we have a slight change in order for the 2-6. Jesse Young will be next to pole out of Benton, PA. Jesse Young will be next to pole out of Benton. Looks like we're getting pretty close to getting action back as far as the drags are concerned. Again, this is first round of eliminations here at the East Coast Truck Nationals. All presented by Diesel Motorsports. The distance for Jesse Young in the 2.6 division, 325.28, 325.28 feet. That puts him at number one so far, 325.28 for Jesse Young. We're ready to get action back on the track here for the drags. This is the final go-round as far as the first round of eliminations for Quick Truck. The final round for Quick Truck. It's the elimination round for the 670 index. Elimination round for the 670 index. Dennis Harnish versus Dante Delaney. And the win goes to Dante Delaney from Elkton, Maryland in the right side. He'll move on. We have a new leader in the clubhouse in 2.6, 345.16 feet. 345.16 for Andrew Kissack out of Blossvale, New York. 345.16 feet. Takes the top spot so far with 2 left in 2.6. This will be the first round of elimination for the 770 index. The first round of elimination for 770. Logan Kerman in the left, David Hurst in the right. Clean start. David Hurst out of Denver, PA gets the win. Philip Becker in the left, Joey Lamond on the right. Again, this is 770. The win goes to Joey Lamond in the right lane. Derek Smith is hooked up on the sled right now in the 2.6. 2 drivers left. That's it for the first round of eliminations. We need the ET gas bracket. ET bracket gas, lanes 1 and 2 for the finals. ET bracket gas, lanes 1 and 2 for the finals. The distance for Derek Smith out of Mashopin, Pennsylvania, 337.89 feet. 337.89 feet. The leader still Andrew Kitchak, 345.16. David D. from Glasgow, New York, the last shot at taking that title from Andrew Kissack from Blossvale, New York. ET bracket gas, lanes 1 and 2. ET bracket gas, lanes 1 and 2. It all comes down to this. ET bracket gas, lanes 1 and 2. ET bracket gas, lanes 1 and 2. First call for ET bracket diesels, lanes 1 and 2. ET bracket diesels, lanes 1 and 2. ET bracket gas will be first out on the track. This will be the final for this bracket. ET bracket gas. When they come out on the track, this will be the final. Hot work stock will be next for the polls. Hot work stock will be next. Nate Murdoch, Ross Harder, and Nick Harder. Please come around to the staging area. Sabrina Newell, if you could get in line as
Okay.
That's just fine. Yeah, we're talking on the radio. The guys over there, so I'm talking on the microphone. We're talking to everybody. So hi, how you doing? I do want to let you know, though, the concession stand on the pole side of the track will be closing in 25 minutes. The concession stand on the pole side of the track will be closing in about 25 minutes. If you want to get some drinks or anything else to eat, now would be a good time to do that. The one behind the grandstand will stay open, but they're closing the concession stand in 25 minutes on the pole side of the track. The other concession stand on the tower side will be open for the duration. Along with the concession stand, you get all the stuff from the Numidia Dragway, and that's where they have the Italian ice. Oh, Italian ice. The pole for Ross Harder in the hot work stock category, 321.84. 321.84 for Ross Harder out of Jersey Shore. Nick Harder from Avis will be next. winner in ET Gas, Bill Lamond. Bill Lamond, the winner in ET Gas. He's got the title for that category. Up next is the semifinal, the first semifinal for ET Bracket Diesel. Jake Spinoza and Lamar Hoover. And Jake Spinoza will move on to the championship round over Lamar Hoover. Jake Spinoza out of Montgomery is the winner of that semifinal in ET Diesel. The pole for Nick Harder, hot work stock out of Avis, 290.76 feet, 290.76. Congratulations to Ross Harder of Jersey Shore, the winner of hot work stock. Up next will be work stock. Sabrina Newell will be up next. Next up, we have the first semifinal for the 770 Index. Sabrina Newell is getting hooked up right now. This is in the work stock category. Work stock category. Peter Kay in the left, Joey Lamond in the right. First semifinal in 770. And the win goes to Joey Lamond. He'll move on to the finals. David Hurst running solo in the second semifinal in the 770s.
Sabrina's up, first time pulling.
This is the first time pulling for Sabrina in this category. The first time pulling for Sabrina in the work stock category. And she will get the trophy, 204.35 feet for the first pole for Sabrina Newell and the Kamikaze crew out of Conklin, New York. 204.35, only entry in work stock. Sabrina Newell gets the trophy. Congratulations, Sabrina, in your first pole. If we could have the ET Bracket Diesel Finals into lanes 1 and 2. ET Bracket Diesel Finals, lanes 1 and 2. Up next for the poles will be the IP two-wheel drive 6200. Come on up to the staging area. Dale and Ian. Dale and Ian, IP two-wheel drive 6200 will be next for the poles. If we could have the trucks for the quick truck final, lane 4. Quick truck final, lane 4. Come on up to the staging area. Come on up to the lanes. Quick truck finals, lane 4. Don't forget the concession stand on the pull side of the truck will be closing in about 15 minutes. That concession stand will be closing on the pull side. The concession stand on the tower side of the track will remain open for the duration. But they're going to shut down the concession stand on the pull side of the track in about 15 minutes. Molly Pistons is the official piston of Diesel Motorsports and the East Coast Truck Nationals. Engineered by some of the smartest diesel designers in the country, their new pistons withstand any amount of treatment and heat for the diesel performance. Or if you just want the best quality in pistons, Molly has been the leader for years. Learn more about Molly Motorsports at mollymotorsports.com, the official piston of Diesel Motorsports. Clevite is the official engine bearing for the East Coast Truck Nationals and Diesel Motorsports. Engineered by the best for high performance, the best quality for a reasonable cost, these bearings last forever. Clevite, the official engine bearing of Diesel Motorsports. We're into the IP two-wheel drive 6200 class now for the Poles. Dale Forrester out of Scotland, Pennsylvania, 316.64 feet, 316.64. Ian Ericker will be next. Okay, since we had a truck blow up on one of the semifinals, this will be the quick truck final. This will be the quick truck final. Yeah, we're just going to break the beam. Make it official. ET bracket diesel final, lanes 1 and 2. ET bracket diesel final, drivers lane 1 and 2. Andrew Cahart out of Addison, Vermont. There's your quick truck winner right there. ET Diesel, lanes 1 and 2. ET Bracket Diesel, lanes 1 and 2. .27, 150 feet, .27 for Ian Ericker out of Maryland. So the winner of the IP two-wheel drive 6200, Dale Forrester out of Scotland, PA. Up next, we'll have the IP 8500 mods. IP 8500 pound mods will be next. Now on the track, this will be the finals for the 770s. The finals for the 770s. David Hurst in the left, Joey Lamond in the right. This is the finals for the 770s. We have a clean start. And the win goes to Joey Lamond. 7.729 seconds versus 7.802. That's the closest race we've had here all day. Joey Lamond, 7.729. David Hurst, 7.802. Joey Lamond wins the 770 class. This will be the last drags of the day, the ET Bracket Diesel. ET Bracket Diesel will be the last run for the day on the drags. Of course, the polls continuing. This is the ET Bracket Diesel Finals. Jake Bachman in the left, Jake Spinoza in the right. And the win goes to Jake Bachman from Quarryville, Pennsylvania. Jake Bachman from Quarryville over Jake Spinoza from Montgomery, Pennsylvania. He's your winner in the ET bracket diesels. And that wraps up the drags for today. The polls still going on here at the East Coast Truck Nationals at Numidia. We have two categories to go, two classes to go for the polls here at the East Coast Truck Nationals. This is the IP 8,500-pound mods. The first poll, 126.81 for Vernon Zerby out of Shamokin. 126.81 feet for Vernon Zerby out of Shamokin. Vernon Zerby's going to run another truck, I guess. He's got another tractor from Shamokin. He's going to run second as well. That pole, 195.93 feet. 195.93 feet.
Equipment down the garage?
Nah, just leave it sit there until we're all.
B.J. Wilkins will be next in this class. B.J. Wilkins. PPE, Pacific Performance Engineering, official performance engine oil pans and tran pans, plus official heads. Designed for diesels by diesel engineers. Check out their new line of official performance engine oil pans and trans pans for your HD pickup. This new line was designed for the high performance horsepower and torque produced for our overpowered HD trucks. Learn more about PPE, Pacific Performance Engineering, at pacificp.com. ARP is the official head studs and bolts for Diesel Motorsports and the East Coast Truck Nationals are the strongest in the industry, made for performance. Used by all performance competitors, diesel or gas. Don't be fooled by import replica junk. There's only one, ARP, the official head studs and bolts of Diesel Motorsports. Vern Zerby will be next to pull in this class. Vern Zerby, flipping things around just a touch. Vern Zerby is next to pull in this class. 91.76 feet for that pole. Jason Forrester out of Chambersburg, 91.76. Scott Cascadden will be up next in bleeding blue. Scott Cascadden. The distance for Scott Cascadden in bleeding blue, 2:08.19. That is not the distance to beat. That's still at 3:26.23. 2:08.19, the distance there. Hope I'm reading this correctly. Mickey Cascada will be up next in the Smoke Show out of Chambersburg, PA. Okay, slight change in order here. Now we have Brad Peters out of Felton, Pennsylvania will be next. Brad Peters, then Logan Smith, and then Mickey will be last in this class, the IP 8,500-pound mods. So Brad Peters will be next, then Logan Smith, then Mickey Cascada. Just want to let you know that they are getting ready, not closing yet, but getting ready to close up the concession stand and the souvenir stand. They're getting ready to close up. If you need anything, I would not wait too long to make my way over there. If you need some food, if you need something to drink on a day like today, that's probably a real good possibility. I would do it, shall we say, quickly and get that taken care of. We want to make sure. And we want to make sure that our folks here, of course, can get out of here and, but they want to make sure that you're taken care of as well. So make your way to the concession stand on the tower side of the track, please. Brad Peters, distance 3:09.32, 309.32 feet for Brad Peters out of Felton. Logan Smith out of Virginia will be next. Logan Smith will be next in the IP 8,500-pound mods. Logan Smith out of Virginia.